weekly Dama news, Hisashiburi, that is Japanese for it's been a long time. It's been a while, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another weekly Dama news here on the Kendertainment Instagram. It's been a while. You might be questioning why it's been such a long time. It is because I was lucky enough to have the whole family my whole family. We're always together. We're always saying our family was able to travel to Japan we're back in Japan. More coffee. We went to the US. It was a long vacation. It was a big trip, massive with the kids and everything. And during that time, I was on vacation, so I wasn't able to do any of the weekly Dama news podcasts over here at the lives here on Instagram. So there's a lot of things that have been accumulating, stacking on top of one another, as many people like to stack clips for videos. Here, all the news has been stacking up. But I've gone back, and today's 1 hour session, we're going to be talking about the things that have happened in the past. I was just going quickly through the past posts, and there's probably a few things like new product came out, or this new V whatever from Sweets came out, the ice cream Zebrano one. It's like, okay, that's probably past, and probably they've already sold out. So I'm just going to hit on some of the interesting points that I've noticed, because it's been almost like a month since we have done a weekly Dama news. So thanks for being here. If anyone, it's your first time or you've been here for a while, thanks for joining. At the end, hopefully, if I can get through all of the news within the hour, I will be doing a Q&A. This is what we always do, and one of the perks of being a part of the live stream for the weekly Dama news is that, hey, you can join and ask me a question, and I will answer it best to my knowledge. So use that little question tool down at the bottom right here, ask a question, and hey, even if you don't stick around to the end of this podcast or of this live stream, that it will be going up as a podcast on YouTube and any podcasting platform, so you can come back and listen to your question being answered. We got that? Cool. It's been a while. It's so hot in Japan. I'm already sweating. I should turn on my AC up a little. But let's go back to it. Something that had caught my eye, and in the very last weekly Dama news, I forgot to mention it, I believe, or it came out like right as I was finishing up. Kunoichi connection. The Kunoichi connection. People are like, what is that? All right, so this is pretty much a Japanese woman-focused comp put together by Nonoka from Sweets Kendama's new pro, which we'll get to that later. She's been gathering and making this competition all about putting the forefront on, or the spotlight, I should say, for women kendama players in Japan. From young kids to elderly to mid-age. And it's really interesting because this is something that has, of course, been done before with the all-girls competition, right? But here, Kunoichi, if you didn't know, Kunoichi is the kind of name for a ninja here in Japan. And that's what people use when it is a woman, a female ninja. Then they are called Kunoichi, pretty much. And it's an actual interesting way, because the kanji for woman is these things put together, if you're into that. Whatever. I'm not going to mention all that riffraff. Any case, really cool. And hey, guess what? It's almost finished. I think by the end of this month, the competition will be finished. I was trying to get information, and I wasn't able to find too much other than that. There's only like 5 posts on their account right now, only 187 followers, but pretty much that it is done by Nonoka. And, with technology nowadays, you can always just hit C translation, and you can hang out with the Japanese homies or any other homies around the world, kendama homies, and see what they're talking about specifically. So it is just, a video competition that Nonoka is putting together from Sweets. And that, it's like very interesting, because I think a lot of video comps in the past have been, focused on YouTube, especially traditionally with kendama. It's been YouTube, but I believe this one can go either or. I've seen a few people posting on Instagram as well as YouTube. or just Instagram or just YouTube. So Kunoichi Connection. So the competition is very interesting because there's going to be like an actual live event. So the video competition itself, or the contest, is just 1 month. Traditional for video competitions. They got 1 month in the month of August, probably the hottest month to be outside in Japan. I do not recommend it. I was happy that I was able to relax over in the US because the summer here is deadly. You don't want to be here for a long time. So they have 1 month. There's going to be a round 2. It has to be only 1.5 minutes only, so really short. So I guess pretty much, yeah, focused for Instagram. And that there will be a few different... there will be an event at the end to pretty much announce the winners, which is happening at the end of the month, you would think, but actually no. Is it going to be next month? No. The next month after October? No. Actually, it's going to be in November 4th. Not sure why this is. I mean, Nonoka herself does not live in the Tokyo area, and this event is going to happen in Ikebukuro in Tokyo. So I'm guessing there's just some things that need to be arranged to have this happen, but it's kind of cool still to have this video competition that's happening and then connecting with an actual event. I just wish there was maybe more closer. I think people are going to maybe forget about the competition by the time it gets to November, maybe September. Okay, but still, in any case, really interesting thing that Nonoka decided to do, to take upon herself to make a video comp. Specifically, I think it might be interesting because, as we know, all these posts are done in Japanese. So if you don't speak Japanese, if you read Japanese, then it might be difficult to get the information. I don't know if it's exclusive to women players of Japan. I mean, it would kind of make sense a little bit. I don't know if that's her main focus, but here we have it. And another thing that I thought was like kind of difficult was there's no place where we can all go and watch it. So I think the best thing to do is to follow the hashtag under one of the posts, Kunoichi Video 2023. There's a hashtag and you can click that, and then bam, just like that, you can see some of the posts that have been made. Oh, look at that. There's only going to be like, what is that, like 10? And one of them is the posts from themselves. So there's not too many. And from what I've seen, they're really young little girls seshing kendama. Look at this cute little girl. She gets superstitious. All right. Very interesting to see it go down. And I'm interested to see if any of the heavy hitters in Japan will be focusing on this competition. Is it going to be something that is just made for the younger generation of women kendama players to help them, I don't know, be a part of the action? Because any kind of competition that happens, I feel like there's a lot of people who are in the beginner or intermediate phase who might feel a little intimidated and not take part in competitions. Let me know in the chat if you guys feel the same way with whole being intimidated, being a young guppy in the pond of these video competitions. And is it something that was a turnoff for you, or something that actually maybe gave you motivation and just said, the hell with it, I want to be a part of this? So that's one major thing that I saw that happened. There's only like a week left, so we'll see if any more videos emerge for that competition to get your eyes on some of the women players in Japan. And to touch upon that, 365, I don't have it saved, but I just remembered it right now. 365 has a new kendama player, a team member. Hina has joined 365. Oh, where'd she go? Oh, it says Hina right there. It is her name on the wall. I didn't notice that until right now. Oh, slow down. Hina-chan. Oh, okay. So I believe, from what I remember, again, awesome to see an American brand go out and pick up people from different countries, different areas. Now, 365 is one, Chris Goon and Stod put together, and they've been pushing forward and doing a lot of work, going to a lot of events. And here they've picked up a new player, a young girl here in Japan, Hina. This is one that I don't know Hina, and I believe it says, where is she from? From Hiroshima? I kind of thought somewhere it mentioned, yes. Hina's an up-and-coming player born in the birthplace of Kendama in Hatsukaichi in Hiroshima. She's only 14 years old, and she's pushing the limits of Kendama play for that age range. Pretty nuts to see. And awesome to see if she's going to be making a comp video for the Kunoichis. So be on the lookout for that. And that's another piece of news that I missed. I'm just going back to where the source of my clips are. So the other one is, let's just go into, I guess, more recent one that I mentioned really quickly, because this Kunoichi video competition is all organized by none other than Sweets Kendama's fresh new pro, Nonoka. All right. This is one, that one of the Japanese names that is often mispronounced in English, which is, I guess, totally fine, just to share the information. I see a lot of players, a lot of people in Western countries and English speakers say Nonoka. All right, now intonation and pitch accent is pretty important in Japanese, but naming, it can, be a hit or miss. It can be difficult for some people to say some of these names. So Shinosuke was one that I talked about a little while back. This time it's going to be Nonoka. It's a flat Nonoka, and then you drop off that ka. So a lot of people would often go Nonoka, and that second no would be up on an incline, but you don't want to do that. And I don't think there's any beef that she has, or she doesn't feel like upset. I doubt, right? But it's kind of just, someone's saying your name and they're mispronouncing it a little bit. I know if someone was to say that about me, my last name, especially people's last names, can be really difficult to pronounce sometimes. So often people would correct someone if they said it the wrong way. So just saying it, because maybe she doesn't want to say it or doesn't say it, or maybe she doesn't care at all, and then no problem. But Nonoka is Sweets Pro, and it's about time, for one, to have more women in the pro realm. Actual, their business card will say Kendama Pro, professional. But my qualm is that, where's her mod? Where's more information about her going pro? The last person that went pro, who was that? Cress? Congrats on the win at Van Jam, but I believe he was the one previous. Oh, come on. Or maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I was just going to say that there's not much advertisement. There's not a lot of promo hype for Nonoka and her going pro, and that maybe that someone else would get the same amount of hype for them going pro. But yeah, where's the J Cress one? Scrolling down, can't find it. So I guess maybe last one was Bjorn. Okay, Bjorn is pro. There's a lot of posts all around it, focusing on the shape. Yeah, like this, these guys. So maybe the Damas aren't ready, and that's why they're not doing it. That's my guess, right? And Nonoka is, okay. Here we go. In the chat, everyone, if you're here live, Starry-Eyed Stacy's dropping some info. They had them at KWC, but they're not ready for sale in the US yet. Okay, and Kengo? Dude, Kengo made the pro spot as well. Now that is one that I don't even think was announced. So it might be even further back in the lineup of Kendamas that are coming out, because as you see, Sweets is dropping a lot of collabs as of late, so maybe you got to just wait a little more. These pros have been waiting to be on that pro spot for such a long time, but just a little bit. See what I said? Much of them think to say. They just got to wait just a little more. But still, Nonoka. Stalt. master, mistress. Does that sound, no, mistress sounds weird. Master? But then is that, okay, whatever. Mind blower. From the young age that she was in, now she's a university student. Awesome. So cool to see. Another thing that was, hey, a new Sweets member is Hayato. Okay, Hayato was announced as a Sweets, cross Ken gang. They've been revived. He is now on Sweets. This dude has been on Japanese TV. I forgot where he's located specifically. He's not in the Tokyo, in the Kanto area, I believe, maybe down south. But he's been on it for a long time. He's been playing kendama, ripping, doing very difficult tricks. He has, I believe, a little brother who is also nasty, and he's one that has been growing up playing kendama. Just like the Kaitos, just like the Yasus, just like the Shinoskes, just like the Maharus, being little tykes, and at the beginning, not learning, juggle cup, learning juggle spike into multiple taps. All the craziness, the things that all the kids like to do. And Hayato is one of them, so it's really cool to see that he finally got a spot on a big brand, a big company, and to be supported by them. So hopefully to see more stuff. There's for me, Sweets just has so many players. I remember the Sweets team competition where they were going to pick up some new members, right? And once they picked up those members, I was expecting a wave, a massive storm front of these new players, of them making content, of them doing stuff, and being posted up on Sweets. So I'm not sure if they've been posting themselves on their actual accounts, but over on Sweets, I don't know. I guess it's totally fine, but just for me personally, looking on the outside in, I'm always just like, oh, what about, didn't they make the team? So hopefully we'll see a lot more from each of these players, of these fresh faces over on Sweets, because again, and I'm sure it's difficult. So again, so many players, way too many players. Sweets, so many sweet tooths. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, so that is that. Sweets, should I just cover all Sweets stuff now? Should I go by brand? Okay, then I'll go with this last one. The last Sweets post I have is awesome. Giving back to nature. The mother that we all suckle the teats from, especially the trees, because we all play kendamas. And most kendamas, more good kendamas, are made of wood. There's some plastic ones out there. They're a little meh. But this is something that Sweets used to do with the homegrowns, and he states it exactly in this video as well, that, hey, they are planting a tree for every kendama that is bought. Which is ridiculous. It's tree, you get a bunch of kendamas out of one tree. So I guess it's a good deal for the earth. But this is something they used to do, and going to, like, let's say Yamagata Kobo, okay? So the original, the OGs who made the best quality kendamas from back in the day, the Ozoras, they have their own plot of land. They have mountains in Japan, and they grow their own trees. And from those trees, they cut them down specifically for the sole purpose of making kendamas. Yep. Is it just me? Or is that like cool as shit? Like, they're not just sourcing from this wood company. They're doing all of the work from planting the shit. And you talk to Rod and a few other people who have actually planted trees in an event that Yamagata Kobo did. From planting trees, taking care of them, from saplings to whatever the next growth evolution of a tree is, into a trunkling, I don't know. And then cutting it down and turning it into a kendama. So, and you can feel the love, the passion into creating kendama for Yamagata Kobo, for Yamagata, for the company. All right, Kobo is just like company. Any case, super awesome that Sweets is doing this. I feel like this is something that in some way like all the kendama companies should do. Like, I'm interested, like, why is just Sweets doing this? Why are there any other kendama companies that can pick this up and do it as well? Is it some sort of organization that Sweets has created themselves? Or is it like an organization that it's like a Red Cross, but for like the Earth? Or are there other facets that kendama companies can push back or can give back to it, right? Hungary, what's Hungary doing? Do they make their own trees, grow them? I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. But awesome thing that Sweets is doing. Really glad that they picked it back up and helping us continue to play kendamas. Okay, where are we? There's so much. Okay, so I'm going to just start from the bottom of the list. Oh, whose chair is that? This is Ben Harold's the stool, but now he's Ben Harold's chair? No. I don't know if you guys caught this. Nashville, Tennessee is where it's happened. The Kendama Yearbook. Can I click on it? There we go. The Kendama Yearbook. It is a project put together by Nerds and Flying Bee, and it's just kendama players at these events in your traditional. Look at this. Look how awesome this is. In your traditional yearbook-esque poses. Such a dope idea. It's almost just like having like a photo booth at a kendama event where actually nobody keeps the photos and they get posted up later on. Another awesome idea, again, by Nerds and focusing on his awesome skill of making awesome pictures, taking awesome pictures at events to document how amazing the event was. So Kendama Yearbook, the last post was July 9th. So I hope maybe, we can contact Nerds and talk with him. Can we continue this? Is it going to be just for events that he can go to because he's got the setup, he's got a chair, he's got backdrop, he's got the lights up. So there's some production that is in there that makes it so cool. But could we connect to other photographers in other events in other cities to have this setup and to grow this Kendama Yearbook, to just have everyone. They did it at Battle of the Border, amazing. So wanted to see more of these awesome pictures. And so go support that. There's only like a few hundred followers on there, so go there, support. So next up, kind of like a yearbook, we'll go with this one, a decade of Mugen Muso. So this past Kendama World Cup was the 10th year it happened. The Catch and Flow this year is also going to be the 10th year it happened. And Mugen Musos, if you guys didn't know, they started creating kendamas right at the time when the Kendama World Cup started. Like, it was announced that the Kendama World Cup's going to happen, and Mugen Musos connecting with Gloken is going to be the new, I guess, not birth child, but the new product for Gloken that they're going to push together. So Mugen Muso, I'm talking so much. Mugen Muso from 2013 to 2023, and it's like, what is this? An archival book? I mean, come on, there's a book spine right there, right? And look at all these kendamas that Iwata-san made. Do you have any of them from the class? Look, they even have, I think that was even before 2013, or maybe that was the initial one, that earth blue right there. There's the what was it called? Sparkling green, it looks black though. Yeah, that's the one I got. Oh my gosh. In any case, super cool to see, to again document a lot of this stuff that we don't document, maybe in a archival format for the young ones. So when our grandkids have grandkids and kendama is the new skateboard, people are going to look back like, what was it like before? Or maybe we won't care. I hope that's not the case, because I find it very amusing, all this stuff. Very, very cool to see and to watch. So Mugen Muso's 10-year, they were, I believe, for $18, 54 pages of Mugen Musos. They've been able to overcome the past 10 years because of the support of many people. Thank you so much. We're back in the past 10 years with gratitude to those who are blah, 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 blah. Kazuma Iwata. Awesome. So awesome. And then, hey, let's connect right with that. He made another trophy for the Kendama World Cup right here. And it looks like, if anyone, the back is amazing. That's for me where it really, really shines. And of course, the front is cool. I'm not sure exactly how he did this, but it's not a full kendama, right? It's only the half of it. So if you spin it around, it's set like on a triangle, the top of it. And then the one flat side is the kendama, and the other two sides are this back where it has just says champion 2023 or Kendama World Cup. Is there any year on there? Well, no, there isn't. Yeah, just champion. KWC. Or maybe does it say anything on top? No. Hey, oh, there you go. That's interesting. Anything on the front? Oh, there you go. It says on the front. It says on the front. 2023. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. So this is amazing. But at the same time, I would really, really I really enjoyed last year's model a lot better than this year's trophy, I should say, not model. So it's been really awesome and amazing to see him create something all the time. But last year, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while if I try to pull that up. Last year's looked like a trophy. And I remember making the statement of that last year. Where is it? I'm going to go back. I'm really going to do it. So if you guys remember what it looked like a trophy. And I think the one before was also like kind of trophy-esque, but not that great. Again, who am I to speak though? But just looking at it, how like cool it would look to have just sitting on your mantle on top of your fireplace. But in Japan, there's no fireplaces really. So I don't know where you put it. But I hope he goes back to that because this is awesome. The playable ones in the past was just a jumbo kendama. Cool. But yeah. Okay. Continuing Mugen Muso, Chigiri? The Chigiri is a new one, another massive, daunting task of creating a different style of kendama with a different pattern in mind. Now this one is designed after the traditional way in Japan where wood or carpenters would lock pieces of wood together without any screws or bolts. So they use this almost like hourglass pattern to fit or to fix if there was like a crack, or even if it is something that was like, I don't know, part of your house, like a support beam that cracked and you need to fix it somehow. Instead of replacing the whole thing, they would just figure out a way to make it structurally strong again by adding this little, that's an 8. This, again, hourglass type design to put into the wood to hold it together. And Iwata did another awesome thing by asking the high receipts to record and to make a video for it. Fun fact, the one that Soma is using in this is now in Rod's possession because they did a little trade-off. And hey, Rod's got the one that Soma used in this video. Very awesome. I played with it for a bit. It's got that nice traditional size. It still feels small, which I'm definitely a fan of, but it plays amazing. So, and again, the design is just nuts, just to look at. So as a wood, probably someone who likes wood, and which we all do, hey, wanky, but we all really, really like that. Just the different in a natty that you can get, and these designs that he puts into it, the hard work that's into it, just looking at it, I'm just like, wait, how the hell did he actually do that and put it together? It's really nuts. So that's something that happened. I'm sure there's probably still many out there because as awesome as Iwata-san is and amazing legendary status that he has, Mugen Musous and stuff, I feel like they're still really high-end product. You have to buy them from Japan, and maybe they're not like the one that it is so hyped out, right? And people want to get. From Japan would probably just be like Sulab still. But still awesome that he did that. Okay, other things that are happening in Japan. Hey, why not? Kendama World Cup, that's what we're talking about. Hey, anyone like idols? I mean, this is a band, a girl band, and Scandal. They've been rocking and rolling for like a long ass time. Like over 10 years, this band has been together and has been a strong force for a all-woman band. And hey, looks like for Kendama World Cup, more corporate hands are being shaken with other corporate hands, and one of their songs has been picked up to be the anthem song for this year's Kendama World Cup. It already happened, but so very interesting to see that there's a little more fire that's put into an effort and energy and cooperation from others being put into making the Kendama World Cup more successful. So this is really cool to see. Weird thing is that the song that they picked was like a single from 2 years ago, so nothing fresh. So that kind of like caught me off guard. But still, there's this cool little video of the members of Scandal trying to play kendama. They're doing like airplanes and they're spiking and stuff. One of them, I forgot, maybe the guitarist, she was like really good at it. But cool to see, again, different types of people getting into kendama and playing it and acting a little the fool or kind of like silly with it at the beginning, because I feel a lot of people will look at a kendama, see somebody try and be like, I'm not even going to attempt because I'm going to look like a dork. But to have people do it, or maybe push them a little bit, but to show that everyone, hey, it's fun, people can laugh about it, even if you don't get it right away, which is a big issue in Japan of, being perfect before actually trying something, especially to the world, is something that is an issue. But here, again, it's really cool to see them focus in on another type of person, another band music. It's not EDM, but hey, cool to see. Maybe, who's next year's anthem? Will there be an anthem for this upcoming online NACO? Will there be, there totally could be. Sweets, ideas, get Boogie T and make a kendama anthem. He already had the Whirlwind song he did with the GOAT. Maybe we need another one. Maybe a collab with the other EDM people who are in the Sweets mob area, right? Then wouldn't that be dope? That would be cool. Okay. Any case, and then they would perform it at the end, but there's no after party because it's online. But I guess maybe there was last time, so maybe. Hey, ideas. When we're nerding out about a weekly Dama news, we talk about the news. Sometimes it's accurate, and sometimes it's just, hey, from the mind's eye, talking about. Okay, but how long have I been on now, right? Does it say how long I've been on? No? Okay. Other things that caught my eye. Oh, and again, yeah, World Cup. Everyone watched it, but hey, here we go. Zumadanke did another performance that they do annually, but they have a new, fresh dance group that is a part of it and who will probably continue to be a part of it because one of the members is from Zumadanke. Easy's right there. And you have two other Chrome members, and one other bro. Josh is in there. Okay, homie from Atlanta moved to Japan. I met him like years ago before the pandemic. He visited Japan and we hung out for a bit, playing kendama and stuff. Awesome dancer. And it's really cool to see this 01 heads being put on the spotlight here because they've been actually pretty active on the underground scene. So it's like Zumadanke is like for, I don't know, Japan fests around the world. But like 01 heads is to show how cool kendama can be within the dance realm in Japan, kind of like underground area. So it's really cool that they got another member in there so they can really be like, wow, like, check it out. Because, Yua and Yasu are cool, but they're still kids and like their technicality in dance. I'm not a dancer, but just from watching them and see how they perform together, like definitely Josh brings it. So it's really cool to see. gosh, there was so much. Again, 3 weeks or more. Hey, okay. You like quad kendamas? You want to know what their shape is all about and how it came to be? Hey, go down and check their posts, because Wyatt does a little explanation video for the Nami and this one, the Kami. Can easily be mixed up with names just like that. Nami meaning wave, Kami meaning god. So I guess the Kami should be the better one out of the two. Maybe that's the what's the word? The premier kendama shape they have. But yeah, there it is. Dope trick. But that's really cool to see. So I really like, smaller companies do stuff like this a little more, because we're not so sure about the shape. We can see it, and the bigger brands are doing things like this already, explaining their shapes, so we can understand what it is before we purchase it, not just looking at what other players can do, because technically, like, all kendamas can do whatever, but depending on the skill of the player and some other factors, of course, they play a role, but the player is a pretty big one. So quad, awesome to do that. Hope to see a little more information and maybe a good idea for other smaller brands to pick up, which one has. Where were they? No. What was it? R&D? Oh, what happened to that one? Did I talk about that last time? So there was this one post that I found of this new brand of kendama. Oh, did I talk about it last time? Let me see. And they did a similar thing where they just went in, they were talking about their type of kendama and what they hope to achieve by creating a brand in this new shape. Because again, oh no, here it is. Yeah, R&D kendamas. These two right here. Little breakdown of the shape and the clear R&D and what they're like. There you go. R&D. Welcome to R&D Kendamas. Our goal is to experiment and try out new shapes to expand the boundaries of how far kendama will go. There you guys go. Any information? Not too much. Look at that lunar. Oh man, it goes to the video. Look at the lunar balance right there. It's pretty straight, pretty level right there. Any case, go check it out. It's an interesting video. It's a little long, 7 minutes. It's a good sit down, grab your snacks and your drinks and learn about this new brand that's coming out if you have any interest. Bam. Okay, let's hit up more of the smaller guys who are doing lots of stuff. Oh, edit, it's been sold out. Never mind. Quad Scarce. Scarce doing a lot of collabs with other people. That's really cool. Again, awesome art, different types of artwork, very specific to Scarce and the artist there to put on different types of tamas. And it's really cool that it's making waves. Oh, hey, where you got, TJ? Yeah. Going back to it. Fresh new stuff. Another collab that went down, 365 Kusa. Is it finished already? Yeah, MJ. Because when was that? July 15th. Man, I left a while ago. Occult kendamas, smoking weed, and having a new mod for one of their players, a Joey Bags mod. Joey Bags is a player I'm not quite familiar with, but has a very, scarce-ish, scarce West Coast art-ish style, focus. And then occult kendamas, East Coast, I believe, art influence more on the horror occult, pairs well with the naming right there. So that happened as well. Sorry, what we say? Did we see the Spiffy and Sweets collab? Spiffy Sweets? No, there was the Sweets and the hat one. Is that Spiffy? The hat one. Is that? Are they the hat company? Come on, why does it have to be so hard to find now? Oh, that's Findlay. And Spiffy and Sweets? Which one was that one? Now I'm going to go back. There's Forest Fire Custom Sweets. That's another one focusing on a specific artist, making one-of-one kendamas and putting them up. They did an Inky Cat as well. Recently that happened. Really awesome to see. Yo, I don't know. That all happened like right after KWC. And then, oh, is this one? They're the illuminating the blacklight, the Hot Topic Damas. No spiffy toys? Oh, okay. On Kayaki? Artist cool. So what? So Spiffy did one as well. I did not see this. Started Stacy is sharing some information to everyone. So let's see what Spiffy. Yeah, from Canada. Okay. Oh, the penguin. Okay. Who do they partner up with? Community partner and vendor. What is this? Collab and purchase the Emperor Penguin Kendama ISR collab. If you like cute stuff, there you go. If you like cute stuff, penguins, I guess penguins are pretty cute. The Kayaki Tama 62 millimeters. The Navi arrived in Japan 3 days ago, painted by Spiffy Clear from Japan. Who did that? Oh, they're definitely hand done. I don't know who did it though. Does it say? Highball? Special ordered from Japan. Man, I didn't hear about that, but you got some Pokemeans in there, and I guess you got to send them out of Japan because they're like, yo, Nintendo's gonna be on our ass if we try to sell them here, or just don't put the name on it. Don't say Pokemon, it's Pokemen, Pocket Men. Maybe not. Any case, that's what's happening. Oh, and now it's hand painted collab today on Twitch. There you have it. Sweets and Spiffy. The double S's have come together. All right. What else we got? Thanks for the extra info, Stacy. And again, if anyone else has any information that I missed or had got incorrect, put it in the chat if you're here for the live stream. Okay, we got a bunch more, and I need to go. How long? Okay, I'm almost at the hour. So, other interesting ones. Another brand that not many people, I feel like not many people pick up their stuff for whatever reasons. Winter Kendamas from China, Kendama China, releasing a soul paint. This can be very confusing for soul fanboys, like Shadow Soul. So a new paint with anti-skid, gross, waterproof and oil proof is coming soon. Now this was July 16th, okay? Soul paint. Where is the soul paint now? August 11th, Winter Kendama Soul Paint, a new paint with anti-skid, waterproof, oil proof, blah, blah, blah. Within, what is this? 2 pro mods coming out. Oh man, I don't want to butcher these names. Yin Han Ke and Ching Yang pro mods. Which, did you even know they had pros? I think I probably talked about it and I just forgot. But there you go. In the new paint, cool, very simple designs. But how does it play? Soul paint. Hand sweat nemesis. Because nothing. I mean, you can't tell from any of these videos what it's really going to be like. So who knows what the soul paint from Winter Kendama is, but if you're interested, hey, there's another place for you to go to check out and pick up more Kendamas. Probably you don't need, but there's another one. Next one. Oh, I lost it again. Oh, what else happened? New Kendamas. Oh, hey, we don't know what Chrome's up to, but they haven't been doing stuff for a while. But there's just been a lot of reposts that they've been doing. Not much new product that was out. Tokyo made his official announcement that he will be he's not a part of Chrome anymore. He is completely out of the company completely. And I'm curious to see what kind of new stuff they're going to be doing. So here's a very interesting classified of, hey, what are we going to be making? Chrome wants to do stuff that is not just focused on Kendamas, but they've also done very interesting collabs. So to see, what are they going to be doing? Playing cards? Kendamas, of course, maybe making kites, yo-yos, Rubik cubes, shirts, hoodies, okay, hats, yeah, that's cool. Scuba gear, Anyone need a new snorkel? Umbrellas, that's very useful, especially, when you're in a country that has rainy season. Cooking tongs. Utensils, why not? Suit of armor. Okay? Different things. And it says, our book idea has leaked. Flip through the prototype idea book and help us. What designs would you want? We are super serious about all of these concepts, but we also encourage other concepts and ideas in the comments. What are you thinking? So Chrome is at a really interesting point where they can totally just turn and rebrand themselves completely. They can continue to stay Kendama focused, which I believe they will, because that's where their main base is, and they have a strong base and following for Chrome Kendamas. But at the same time, they now have a chance to branch out and try other things, because there's a new person in charge. So it's not only this one thing that has been said as, we're going to be going down this path. Now, new person seems like they're very open and want to try multiple different things. But I'm very curious just about what does everyone else think about it? What about the sponsored players and pros? Bonds has been top pro for Chrome Kendama. Bonds has been pretty inactive and quiet. He's just been doing his bowling stuffs for a while. Interesting to see. Maybe we should get him on a Nerds episode. Segue to the next Nerds episode, which is probably going to be up tonight, my time, or tomorrow. Christian Fraser hanging out for 2 hours, hanging out with me and Rod in the virtual studio, talking all things Christian Fraser, from car crashes to designing kendamas to playing, of course, as an OG little kid, now as he's getting married soon. Very, very cool stuff for 2 hours. So go get ready for that. If you're already signed up for the Patreon and supporting me there, thank you so much. You already have access to it, so sign up to Patreon and go check out the video if you haven't yet. It's up there. Okay, other ones that I thought really cool concepts. Really quickly, the Nubo, not the bamboo, but the Nubu. That's how you should say it. From GT, because classically, do I have one? No. Bamboos were always dark and light painted kind of veneers, put together. They weren't painted just the tone of the I was gonna say wood, but it's not wood. Grass. Bamboo is in the grass family. It's not a tree. Any case, but just to put all the light sides together looks super dope. And again, the colorway that they put, adding that gold, that nice shimmer to it, very nice details as usual for GT coming through. So I wanted to spotlight that one. Oh, Soul Kendamas, Moti is pro. It's official. Moti is pro. He's Cycle Master. Who knows what he's going to do in his future endeavors. But hats off, major hats off to my favorite part, the logo. The Moti logo in bike chains. Whoever thought of that? Who was that? First prize for that. That all on its own. Super amazing. Other things that happened. Hey, Mags got a new mod. All about Detroit. Got together and worked with who's that? Ghost Town, who's been working with Kendama USA for a while, making a lot of cool stuff for their brand. And this is another one that is put out there, very retro-ish, back 50s animation, which definitely connects with Ghost Town's art style. So cool to see. Mag's got another one, again, focusing on cinematography and film and stuff. So you can know where his heart lies and continues. Another announcement that happens in Hatsukaichi, Lotus picking up a new player from Japan. Maybe they're first from Japan? Masaharu. Little dude who's been ripping for a long time, has had some shade thrown at him for completing some tricks, handing and continuing to go with it when he was a young little dude. He's still very young in past World Cups, and it was just a big deal because he was on podium. He was up on stage a chance to get to podium. So rules have been made, but he used to be Sulab. He used to be this little Sulab Oni kid, along with Takuya when he was a little baby, and Kaito when he was a baby. Maharu was here. He was living here in Saitama, or in the Kanto area, and he was a part of the Sulab team back in the day. And then he moved down to Fukuoka, I believe, and now he's a part of Fat Ken over there, and was a part, I think just Fat Ken, sponsored player. And now, there you go. Lotus picked him up. He's gonna have his time soon in a top podium spot. Yo, everyone, I believe we've finally made it to the end. Last few things Sweets Kendama's putting on a sale. Like I tell you guys every time, there's so many mouth-watering kendamas that come out, but if you are patient, which kendama is supposed to teach us patience, right? We think that kendama teaches us patience by playing and by missing and to just, keep it going. But in actuality, it teaches us patience by looking at all these new awesome kendamas that are coming out and not having the money to buy them right away. So you have to be patient. But hey, if you're patient enough and you put that virtue of patience in your mind and in your heart and in your wallet, then you could really, really, really save some dough by picking up kendamas when they finally go on sale months after they've been released. So that's where it's at. So I lost it all again. Where was it? So that's where it's at. Sweets is doing a sale right now. I think it's something like 15% off. And then with no coupon needed, but if you have any coupons from any of the members, which I believe all of the pros and the team members have some like coupon code, and you get an extra 15% off. So hit them up. And there you go. Virtue of patience right here. It pays off. Last one, Analog Kendama is doing something very interesting. Not playing Minecraft. What's that called? Minecraft? Releasing their squab. That's a really weird word. Really, I'd say it out loud. Squab. It's like some alien from Avatar. One of those like just beasts that are like in the land of Avatar. It's like, what would that thing say? Dogs say bark, cats say meow. That thing says squab. And they're releasing it, this 3D model. You can get the whole thing, and they're encouraging people to take it and use it and create kendamas. If you're a brand who needed some sort of like just format, like base from the very get-go, here it is. Very generous of them to do. It is an older shape, so hey, all you got to do is go and boost it up a bit. You're not so sure how much, but still, it's a really good template to start from, because starting from zero will take a lot of time. And that's all the time I'm going to take from all of your valuable time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Weekly Dama News. We are back in it. It's been a long time, and because I was out on vacation, but thanks for waiting. We're here going to be doing a lot more content here for Kendertainment, not only for Instagram, for Weekly Dama News, but over on the YouTube channel as well. Things are brewing, and I'm just trying to get everything scheduled out and figured out to share more awesome information about what the kendama culture in the world has in store for us in the following months and possibly years to come. That's it. Thanks all so much. Be on the lookout for Weekly Dama News over on YouTube and for any podcasting services, streaming platforms, and be an extra lookout for the new Dama Nerds coming out. Episode 59, Crispin Fraser. It's going to be out in just a bit. That's it. Good to be back. Happy to have you here. Keep it clean.